and Stitch, the 2025 live action remake, is a remake of the 2002 Lilo and Stitch movie animated by Disney. This comes on the heels of Snow White, which I didn't really like this year, and you guys know my stance already on the live action remakes. I'm not going to keep restating that in any of those reviews that I keep doing for these things. The wildly funny and touching story of a lonely Hawaiian girl and the fugitive alien who helps mend her broken family. I'll be completely honest with you, I can't really compare this to the original animation because it's been eons since I've seen the original animation. It came out in 2002. I was 8 years old, and it was one of those movies that I saw when it first came out and haven't seen since. It's been 23 years, and I probably should have watched that movie before I went to go see this one. I'll rewatch it probably within the next couple of days, compare the two and see what the omissions were and what the changes were, or if there were any changes at all, and unless if it's a shot-for-shot remake like The Lion King. But Lilo and Stitch, I think I stayed away from for so many years because despite that movie having such a strong cult following and such a strong legacy, and a lot of people are very receptive to it because of its themes of family, it was just one of those movies. It was in those times in the in middle school and high school for me, and even elementary school, the tail end of elementary school, in the mid to late 2000s and into the 2010s, where it's like if you said to anybody that you liked a movie like Lilo and Stitch, they would either give you a weird look or they would laugh at you. And then they tell the whole school that you liked that movie, and the whole school would start laughing at you. So it was just a different form of bullying, if you know what I mean. And I feel like if Wicked had come out back in the day, probably the same thing. There's specific movies that I just stayed away from that I'm now more eager to see, like Wicked or like Lilo and Stitch, that I really don't care if anybody judges me now for seeing these movies. And Lilo and Stitch, the live action remake, like I said, I can't compare it to the original because it's been years since I've seen the original, but I had a lot of fun with this. I thought that this was truly endearing. It was heartfelt. People might walk out of this saying there's not as much heart as there was in the original animation. I don't know. These live action remakes, they're never going to capture the lightning in a bottle feel that those animation movies have. It's just never going to happen. And I'm completely aware of that. And that's what I think when I'm going into these movies. I just want to be entertained. I just want to see what translates from animation to live action, if there's any changes or omissions that are made. And this one, from my understanding, from what I read on my train ride home, it's definitely not a shot for shot remake. It's definitely got some changes to it that's probably just reading it. It'll probably look better when I watch the animation, and I'll probably be like, oh yeah, it translates better into animation than it does just reading it. But even just from reading it, there's some changes where I'm like, I don't know if I would have changed that. But I don't know. I've always kind of seen these changes as maybe they don't translate well from animation to live action. And then that brings up the point of, well, why even bother remaking it? Honestly, it's just a cash grab. But in the back of my head, I just say that it's for a new generation of people who haven't experienced these stories yet. But back to the actual review, it was heartfelt. It was charming. It was warm. Like it did. There's definitely like this cuddly family feeling to it. It's the perfect family movie for the springtime. And just as we're getting into summer, just as kids are getting let out of school, families can finally find a movie that they can go to the movies for and take their kids to the movies. And I think that kids will really enjoy watching the antics and the adventures of Stitch. Stitch is by far the attraction that you come for this movie, especially when you see what they were doing with the marketing. You want to see all of his antics. You want to see what he's up to. You want to see if he actually learns to adapt to being an actual being on Earth. It's a type of fish out of water situation, and it's got a lot that it's got to deal with. Obviously, the animation had a lot that it had to deal with too, in quite a short amount of time. I think that movie's only like 80 minutes. This is about 108 minutes, an hour and 48. It did feel endearing to me watching Stitch bond with Lilo, who is phenomenal in this movie. She's adorable as well. I love her banter back and forth with her sister. I just love her interactions with everybody in this movie. Every human being that comes into contact. It's hilarious. It's cute. It's sweet. It's adorable, especially now since I have a niece just over a year old. And I really want to see what she would think about this movie and what she would think about the original animation. Like if she is gonna say things when she's about Lilo's age, which is 5 or 6 in the movie, the same way Lilo would say some things. It's just fun to see kids, little children, interact with adults in that way. Just the mindset and the verbiage of kids interacting with adults. I thought that was really fun. I thought that was really done well. It left for some funny moments. And Lilo and Stitch, their bonding, their dynamic is obviously the heart and soul of this movie. The main attraction, as I said, is you come to see Stitch because of his antics, but you also have to really buy into the relationship and the bonding aspect and the dynamic that Stitch is becoming part of this family with Lilo and her sister Nani. And I felt that with Lilo and Stitch, as it should for the title characters in this movie. I thought that all of that was really well realized. And I think that that's maybe why I'm walking away from this, at least liking it more than maybe most people will, because I feel like it did its job. It sets out to really create a dynamic between two characters that are so juxtaposed, they're so different from each other, but can have a bonding experience. And when they realize that certain things are happening for reasons that they're probably controlling or that they're probably causing, it makes for some cute little moments in the movie. Nani in this movie, I liked her dynamic with Lilo. I thought that that was really endearing as well. It felt very protective, you know? And I kind of like that there's big sisters like that out there, or big siblings out there like that. The CGI is probably going to get criticized. I'm not really looking at CGI in a movie like this. Like, seriously. Like, obviously, it's a cute little space alien. He's not gonna look real. Neither are the other space aliens. Filming on location in Hawaii looked really good. I really felt the buzz of the Hawaiian culture in this. Felt the themes really came through on screen. It's just a live action remake that worked for me. There's a few aspects of it that didn't necessarily work for me. For instance, sometimes Nani does feel like she's the main protagonist over Lilo, and there were times where I was questioning whether or not this should just be Nani and Stitch. And it's because they're trying to flesh Nani out a little bit more, which is completely fine, but it did feel like Lilo took a backseat to Nani at some points. Maybe it's because Nani's the adult and adults can connect more with Nani. I'm not sure. That was a little strange. I also wasn't a big fan of Zach Galifianakis' character and Billy Magnuson's character in this movie. I know that they're the characters from the animation. Did not work for me because here's why. They do the whole disguise thing that they do with Genie in the live action Aladdin. Now that worked for me. I was so against that going into the live action Aladdin remake. And then when I saw it on screen, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I can roll with that. There's a good explanation for it. It works in that world. They kind of do the same thing here, and it just doesn't work here. Something just randomly happens. There's no build up to it. There's no real explanation as to how they can do that. It's just kind of like a shot of a gadget, and that's really it. It's not really mentioned throughout the rest of the movie, and it felt more like a half-baked idea rather than a fully fleshed out idea or a fully fleshed out translation from animation to live action remake. There's also some weird mood swings from the characters in the middle of scenes. There'll be scenes where Nani is bitching out Lilo, and then within 5 seconds, there's no shift in conversation from, oh, a scolding to actually, you know what, there's a lesson to be learned here. All of a sudden, the mood just changes with no rhyme or reason. And that was jarring and a little off putting because all of a sudden there was no transition in the conversations. Like the conversations didn't, the flow of them didn't feel natural at some points just because those moods randomly changed. There was random mood swings in the middle of conversations. Somebody would be insulting somebody, and then literally the next second, it'd be like, I love you, I'm sorry. But other than those things, I think I really did enjoy this. I don't think people are going to be really happy with how they handle Cobra, Courtney B. Vance's character in this movie that was voiced by Ving Rhames in the original animation. Let me know in the comments because like I said, I don't remember a single thing about the original animation. It's been 23 years since I've seen it. God damn it, I should have watched it. I don't know how receptive people are going to be to that, but let me know if some changes that you thought worked didn't work. If this was your cup of tea, I enjoyed this thoroughly. The movie promised the main attraction, and that was Lilo and Stitch. Their bonding, their dynamic, Stitch's antics. That's what I got, and I walked away satisfied. One of the better Disney live action remakes, in my opinion. I really enjoyed Lilo and Stitch, the 2025 live action remake, with a full bucket of popcorn. So again, let me know about some changes, omissions from the animation to the live action. Also, let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.